All right, hey, today, welcome to the show, and this will be a pot roast, but plus, a pot roast plus, right? So, if you're vegan, just turn off right now and just walk away. Don't even bother posting your opinions because they're not going to, they don't matter to me. I'm still going to live my life my way. You live your life your way, and everybody's happy, right? So anyways, this is a pot roast. So what we're going to do is, I'm just getting stuff ready. This is also, I just mentioned vegan, so remember, mental health is a major issue these days. Yes, actually I made it look intentionally crazy. Mental health in this society is really going downhill, so we're cooking to heal, okay? If I can say that, I don't know. I'm wearing glasses inside or indoors, all right? So you're already gonna criticize me for that. It's mostly so that way I can look over there. I mean, you can still kind of see my eyes where they're going, but I can kind of look around and not be super creepy. So it kind of reduces the creepy factor. Anyways, let's shut up. I'm a rambler. Okay, so first I gotta grab the meat. Oh, geez, holy cow, this is heavy. Ooh, lots of juice. Okay, so I said juice. Okay, so I had already salted this, and I mean you can see it's already removing some of the moisture from it. And yeah, I'm gonna wash my hands like 100 times. So I already prepared this a little bit. It's been salted. It's ready to basically go now. And the other one is salted too, so I could probably put that in the refrigerator. That'll last a couple weeks or even more now that it's been salted. And all you need to do is just nice dusting of salt over there. And the reason for the salt, the pre-salting, this has been about an hour now, is that the osmosis of it brings the flavor into the meat, it draws moisture out, and it kind of like relaxes the muscle fibers a little bit, and all the connective tissues, and it kind of like starts breaking stuff down a little bit. And it also gets rid of the bad germs, the bad bacteria, right? So it brings in the good bacteria, makes it very inhospitable for the bad bacteria, which causes putrefaction, which vegans love to say, oh, that's putrid meat that you're eating. And so like speaking of mental health alert. Speaking of vegans, I'm not talking about the vegetarians who just do it for health and everything. I'm talking about the complete extreme crazy out there of veganism. This is already ready to go. So I'm gonna put it in my Ninja fryer. Boom. Woohoo! Beautiful sound. Put a little bit of water. I'll get the camera angle over here on the water later, a little later. But you basically want to fill it up so the water is over the meat, which it's not. That's 32 ounces. So I came prepared. Water is also the base of the stew. So you do not want to use tap water, which is usually is chlorinated and just tastes absolutely nasty, depending on your area. Some areas like Kennebunkport, Maine, had probably the best tap water I have ever tried in my life. I mean, it was absolutely on point. It was delicious, right? So that was the first ingredients. Okay, garlic. That is a lot of garlic. Everybody's going to be saying, oh my God. Well, it's going to be cooking for 6-8 hours. This is actually probably not enough garlic. This is actually 5 songs worth of cutting, and so that saved a lot of time on the video. But I will demonstrate what I had to do. So that's the small knife, took the big knife. Don't do this at home. Always run on the other side of the blade, not on this side. Just take the blade, just crush the garlic a little bit, boom, it pops out. This was actually, holy cow. This is actually like more than one in the clove. Let me just do another clove. So basically, there we go. Now that salt is also going to mix in the water, so I mean it's not going to really be super salty at the end of the day. And I just cut off the little end cap that looks gross. This one actually is a bad garlic, so I'm going to throw that away. Whatever. There's already almost enough garlic in there. Let's just find a good clove, right? There. Oh. That guy didn't want, he was like, get me out of here! Wow. He really did not want to go in this, he did not really want to be cooked. Oh, I guess plants have feelings too, huh? That garlic made an escape for it. Okay, so I guess vegans can't eat anything except for air and sunlight. I guess they'll find a way that sunlight is also inhumane for some reason or somehow. They always find everything in life is inhumane: milk powder, milk products, dairy products, basically. But they don't realize that growing. Okay, I'm trying not to be an anti-vegan on this, but I have a vegan friend who's just gone over the edge of insanity, and I'm exposed to this all the time. I'm a very tolerant person. You won't see that from my videos a lot because I show my points in life where I've not been overly tolerant of people's behaviors. Because once in a while you do need to vent. I don't trust anybody who never vents. Okay, next up, I'm actually adding some bacon because this bacon is oxidized. It's getting near its expiration date. I'm not going to cook it in time because I only do 2 slices a day. So I'm actually adding bacon into this mix. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's just the leftover from the other bacon. So I want the bacon cooked, and I'm not going to be able to cook it on time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of flavor. So this is actually just for basically adding flavor to the stew. This part I actually have not tried. Whatever. It's going to be fun. We're going to experiment. Okay. I got to get the stew pot in camera view someday. In fact, let me move this over a little bit. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Actually, let's turn the handle this way. Here we go. So you can actually see the stew pot. I'm actually doing in portrait mode because I tried landscape and I was not in full view. I couldn't get the whole frame in. I know this is taking a little longer, whatever. This is the fun part. I like to I don't make fun of any one group for too long. I made fun of cyclists for a very long time. Now I'm actually making fun of vegans a little bit. Okay, mushrooms are next. Portobello mushrooms. Basically, they grow on manure. Nothing like being a shite eater. Huh? Okay, so being a shite eater. But the mushrooms, oops, that guy tried to get away too. I mean, that guy made a break for it too. These plants really do have feelings. Holy cow. So portobellos, I know there's gonna be a lot of mushroom haters. I'm Italian, so I don't care what you think. But they do grow on poop. But they absorb a lot of the moisture. They add flavor. They absorb flavor. Mushrooms are very versatile things. They are awesome to add into stews. And this is also going to be very low carb anyways, as it is. You can see I'm just chopping them up very lazily because, you really don't need to do a whole lot of work on this. This is Japanese whiskey. I found it yesterday when I went to the ABC store to buy vodka, which I said I was not going to do. But I wanted to try an experiment with healing, curing my wound with vodka, using vodka to sterilize a wound. That didn't work, so I ended up drinking the bottle. It was just whatever. I'm teasing, I didn't drink the bottle, not yet. What is this? Okay, whatever, I don't care. It's gonna stew anyways. I already did cut off, I threw away, even if it's ugly, I throw away some stuff anyways. I'm putting a lot of mushrooms in because I love a little mushroom. That was a really bad Italian accent. I'm not going to even try to make fun of my own, or to imitate my own native people. I didn't grow up speaking the language. But it's a spicy meatball. Okay, maybe I got it a little better. I don't know. Okay, I'm done with the onions. That. Next up, I love mushrooms. I guess you could call me a shite eater. Mental health alert. Okay. Onion. We're gonna do 2 onions. I already added salt on the meat, so you don't have to add salt anymore. So that's out of the recipe. This is a terrible looking onion. Ew, that's nasty. It's all like rotted on it already. That's the problem with buying things like these from grocery stores. They sit for 6 months in a warehouse and they kind of like in questionable condition as it is. Yeah. Okay, this one's actually a little better. I mean, I don't want my stuff pre-rotted. I don't want like cutting off the rotting spot of these vegetables. I don't know how vegans do it. Man, this is just too much work. I just better just put a burger on the grill and be done with it, right? Whew. Wow. No wonder they spend more time preparing their food than they do reading books. Okay. There we go. Okay, wow, this is taking way too long. Okay, this is actually cooking the stew. Well, then again, this is also going to feed, this is going to be like basically probably about 2 weeks worth of food anyways. Especially when you're on a low carb carnivore diet, like I still love my pasta. So I'm not on a true carnivore diet. I still break down and eat carbs. Because I can't give up spaghetti. But I bought the whole wheat spaghetti, so it's a little higher on protein. Wow, this is really, I got a really bad batch of onions. Holy cow. Okay, and again, this is a stew. You don't need to be super, I mean, I could probably just throw these onions in as it is, but by doing, it smells really good. By doing it this way, gives a little more surface area and spreads out the onions. Like you can even break them up a little bit as you throw them in the water. Here we go. And this guy is, I'm not gonna try to do that way. I'm just gonna go boom, boom, done. See a little onion ring. Okay, you don't have, I mean, this is the best part of just being lazy about it. Here we go. Boom. So I don't know if you've read any good books lately. I'm actually reading the Epic of Gilgamesh. One of the reasons is it's one of the oldest stories ever written that we know of. And also, it is where literally most of the Bible and other religions actually started from or were inspired by. Because Mesopotamia, the Mesopotamian area with the river Euphrates was actually a very pivotal part of, like basically kind of like the cradle of humanity kind of thing, right? So I'm not going to get like overly religious on you all, but I just like to study. I just like to read and study things and understand cultures. Culturally, if you understand cultures and cultural understanding and everything, okay, and everybody's like, whoa, Pepperman, holy pepper. Okay, it's gonna cook for a very long time. You're gonna need a lot of pepper. Speaking of pepper, I like spicy. This is not gonna be spicy enough, but at the same time, I mean, we will figure it out. Okay, so when you understand cultures and stuff, you understand the people from the culture, and you actually form a better understanding of each other, right? So when I want to learn about like Mesopotamian culture, which is kind of like basically extinct, but at the same time, but I get to learn about people, where the foundation of their beliefs are, the foundation of most of religion comes from that. So you really form an understanding of people, and you can not only relate better, but you can at least understand behavioral differences and why we do what we do. A lot of people do what they do because of cultural differences. So when you understand each other, you know what happens? Peace. When you don't understand each other, you get angry. You get angry at their behavior. You get angry at them. You know, if they do something that you don't expect because you brought up one way and they're brought up another way, and their behavior is different. That's where a lot of wars come from, is just misunderstandings. And resources. Resources and misunderstandings are a major reason for war. So I didn't have enough water prepared, obviously. So I'm doing straight water. Okay, so basically the foundation of your stew is water. And basically that's it. So I'm going to, actually, I need to disappear for a second. I need the slow cooker lid on this thing. What am I going to do? I'm going to do, not vent, I'm going to seal it. I'm going to push the power button. Here we go, slow cook. And we're going to do not temperature, time. I'm going to do 8 hours. Oops. Done. And I guess that's a wrap. And this is going to feed me for at least a week or more. But that's it. And then I get the other one that's, and then this one I'm going to cover the bowl up. This will get nice and dehydrated and basically cured over the next couple of days. And after that, after it cures and the putrid bacteria basically dies off, and the good lactobacteria gets in there, it's going to be nice and preserved, almost like pickled, basically. And then next week, I'm going to put that in the stew and see how that works out. So anyways, thank you. Have a great time.